I'm here, guys. It's Mr. Knockout Fantasy Football. We need you to like and subscribe. Go ahead and click that button. You know you want to. You know you want to. Mr. Knockout Fantasy Football, I'm here for you. We're going to get it started.
Bruh, did you pour my milk? Don't do that. What's that?
I'm kind of a big deal.
Bring out, yo. You don't got the credentials. Bring out, yo.
Well, that's disrespectful.
Yo, what up? What's up? Yo, welcome back to another episode of the Don't Pour My Milk podcast. Yo, we doing it. We doing it. Yeah. Yo, let me introduce myself to start. They call me Mr. Knockout Fantasy Football, and my dude to the side.
It's your boy O. You already know. Follow me down below. You know what I mean? You gotta let me get the whole thing off, though.
My bad.
All right, cool.
My bad.
Cool,
I know I stepped in there. I get excited when we talk about fantasy football.
Stepped on my toe a little bit.
I did.
Step on his feet. You stepped on mine.
I apologize.
No apologize. Step on his feet. There ain't no apology. Let him feel what the NFL gonna feel like. Step on my damn corns again. Show me some trouble. Woo! Now step on his feet.
No,
I did. Did it stub it? I'm okay. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna keep this moving. Yo, we here, this episode, we're going to talk about fantasy targets.
Yes, sir.
Like, we at the point now.
Right.
Wk4 is coming around.
Hold on, Cat. Before we even get there.
What up?
You don't feel like today's a special day, bro?
It is.
I mean, you are wearing our colors, so
yeah.
Can we talk about that a little bit?
Yo, all right.
Because you're not just going to skip over my Giants.
Listen, so we did something special this weekend.
Okay, let's talk about it.
I do want to put it out there.
Mm-hmm.
We're celebrating my man's birthday.
Yes, it is my birthday.
Put the applause out there. And we went to our favorite team, our Giants game.
Went to go see our G man.
Yo, listen.
We got jobbed. We did. And I like the color that we saw in the stands. So people had some very interesting things to say about the refs.
Yeah. We had some good talk. We had some good food, some good talk. What
was the best comment that you heard that we can share? Because most of the stuff that we heard in the stands, we cannot share.
Oh my gosh. No, I'm not going to say the whole thing, but the ref on the knees was the best comment.
Okay, we'll say that was good. I like the one that your mother smells like blue cheese.
You don't understand.
Most of us like return your uniform to Foot Locker.
The fans at the Giants MetLife Stadium was
very
crazy.
creative, my type of people.
We loved it there. So while we were there, we got to talk to people. We met a couple of our milkmen. We even asked them some questions. You know, we talked about Saquon.
Mm-hmm.
Got the feedback.
This guy, I don't know if you can see, it's kind of wrinkled, but
nah, it's good. The jersey is on point.
Yeah,
you was repping it hard. You repping it today.
Yeah.
I'm feeling it.
People was asking me to fill in. They thought I played football.
Yeah, man.
It was like, yo, you should be on the field right now.
You was looking like that dude.
In another life.
I'm gonna give you your flowers when I can give you your flowers, bro. We talked about the other team, and we talked about Kyle Pitts.
Your guy?
Well, one of my players on my fantasy team.
Okay.
I'll say that.
Okay.
But we actually got to meet up with some of our milkmen, and then they gave commentary on it.
We did. We asked some guys about Pitts.
Yep.
And here's what they had to say about it.
Giants Nation. And it's your boy O. You already know. Follow me down below. We got our boy right here.
J.A. from the League with No Name podcast.
Yo.
Falcons, get the dub. Sorry, you know how to say that.
All right, we're going to do that. Okay, cool. Right. So we're going to ask the question. What do you feel, fantasy related, about Pitts right now?
It's a tough play right now. Offense is kind of stagnant. Running game isn't getting well. The line is terrible right now. It shows some improvement, but we're not really finding Pitts right now in the offense. It's a tough play early in the season, but I think as we grow in the season as a rookie, I think he'll come along and he should be fine as a rookie, man.
I got a question.
Yeah.
Do you hold Trade or bounce Pitts?
You hold it, because the potential. Top 5 pick. Athleticism is there, 4.5 40.
Okay.
He's a matchup problem. So keep him out there, really. You get really out there going. Get guys back from injury. You got potentially a steal at tight end. Because he's moving better than most tight ends can out there. So you got to keep him right now.
You heard it here first. Peace.
All right. So listen, you got the feedback. You heard what he's talking about. I'm not going to say I necessarily agree, but we're going to watch and see where Pitts falls. But that kind of segues into how we're going to start off like this particular segment, right? I want to talk about some plays that I don't necessarily think you got to panic on before we get into fantasy targets, because we're getting a lot of feedback like, hey, what should I do, Cat? What should I do, O? So we're going to kind of like talk about these plays. Now, Calvin Ridley is the play that we saw in live action. Right?
Live action.
With Matt Ryan in that offense. What do you think about how Calvin Ridley is going to do this year? Should the players panic who have him, or should they just like pretty much stay pat?
If you took Ridley, you probably took him in your second round, right?
Yeah.
So at this point, week 3, stay the course. Stay the course. They look like they was targeting him in the last game. He does have a little bit of explosiveness in him. I will stay the course just because we know Matt Ryan is going to sling the rock. However, the offense didn't look that great to me.
It didn't.
The play calling was on both sides.
It was abysmal.
Terrible.
Yeah. I didn't like
creativity.
It at all.
There was more creativity in the stands.
Yes, there were.
Yeah,
The commentary that came from.
I enjoyed what people were saying in the stands.
My goodness.
And the food a little bit more than I enjoyed the game, unfortunately.
Yeah. It was something you could see. So knowing that I know how Calvin really rocked out last year, let me tell you a little bit about something. Calvin really led the NFL in air yards last year.
Right.
In 2020, he had 2,052 air yards. You know what I'm saying? And that led the whole NFL. This year, he's ranked in the bottom 5 category in like air yards. He's still getting the ball. You know what I'm saying? But I need him, and I need the offensive coordinator to kind of step their game up, because he can get busy like that. You know, I need that to pick up.
So do you think at any point in this season he's going to live up to his draft bill?
It depends. It's a wait and see game. And that's what I'm going to tell someone who's worried about Calvin Ridley. You're still getting numbers. He's getting targets. He's getting some catches, but they're like dink and dunk catches that he's getting for like 10, 5 yards, running it out. He's not getting the big 40-yard catch and then boosting up all your stats. He's not getting the touchdowns this year.
What I saw in the game is Matt Ryan didn't have a lot of time in the pocket. So I'm not too sure who's on the offensive line, but it didn't look like they had it under control against us. So could that be a contributing factor? I think so, because in order to get them air yards, you need a little bit of time.
I hear you. The Atlanta Falcons don't have one 40-yard play
this whole season?
This whole season yet. All right?
Come on, forget about the Falcons.
No aggressiveness. Just watch them. If you got, we'll tell you if we think you should move on them or try to. But right now, you're gonna stay pat. Another play just to get to.
Hold on.
You want to keep?
I want to. We're talking about air yards.
Yeah.
And since I am wearing the Barkley, how you feel about that air touchdown?
Yo, that touchdown was fire. I was happy to be in the stadium. I don't know, did he jump from like the 10-yard line or something like that?
Yo, he jumped from where we were sitting, man.
Yo, that was lovely.
You know what I'm saying? But speaking of lovely, you know, we asked a couple of milkmen how they felt about their draft pick, and that's what they had to say.
Yo, it's Mr. Knockout Fantasy Football here. We at the Giants game with my boy. What's your name, bro?
John. Tough loss.
Yo, we're going to talk about some fantasy things today. You said you got Saquon. Even though the Giants lost, tell me what you think about Saquon in this game and what he's going to do with fantasy-wise moving forward.
So, first 2 weeks, I drafted that man first overall. I got a steal. Got him 7th overall. I thought he had, you got to know he's got blow-up potential. So, that's what you got to think about today. I think around 16, 17 points fantasy-wise. Not happy. A little bit happy. 17 points, I'll take it. But Giants lost. That doesn't sit well with me. Doesn't sit well. But I'd say Saquon is a boomer bust guy. You gotta take the good with the bad, and it is what it is. But not good to be 0-3. Fantasy's one thing. I'm still teetering on the edge from 2-1, 1-2 fantasy. Football wise, 0-3. That's not good.
It's all good. Saquon did his thing today. The Giants lost, unfortunately. We Giants fans. But we're going to go ahead and peace out in a minute. My man John, following Don't Pour My Milk. That's how we do it. Let's go.
Let's go.
All right, you heard what he had to say. You know, I got Barkley in a lot of different leagues.
Mm-hmm.
He comes up as a great pick, in my opinion, when I drafted him.
He's looking like a guy now.
Yeah. So I think if you're watching his slow approach, I think the Giants are doing that right. They slowly moved him into getting into play.
The thing is,
you can watch
Barkley,
him progress.
In between the tackles, man, I wasn't really impressed.
They need to step their game up all around.
You know, when he bounces it to the side, that's when he's really dynamic.
You can see that he still has his burst. He still has his power, but he needs some space.
He's built like a guy that's built for tough, but he plays like he's built like AP, but he plays like a LaShawn McCoy.
Nah, I think it's the way the offense is schemed, which is why I'm watching it to see if they change up anything. We're going to talk about another play in the Giants later on today, but if we can just adjust what they do, I think Saquon is definitely a keeper.
I like Saquon. He's a keeper.
Yeah.
Like, I would not have spent what I spent on this jersey if I thought he wasn't a keeper.
He is. I want him to get to that kind of Hall of Fame level that they want to see come from him.
He's going to be
They
Hall
have
of
to
Famer.
invest in making sure that they're scheming the offense from.
But it starts this year.
It does. Let's start this. Let's go ahead and talk about some other plays that people may be a little scared on. Just hang pat. Tyreek Hill is the next player on the docket that I want to kind of bring up. You know, he hasn't been doing the Tyreek things. He had that one blow-up game. He's only going into week 4 now, and you can still see like he's not getting the numbers that you have compared. One thing that I want to bring up is that he does this every year. He'll have up and down games.
Yeah.
But if you watch what's going on with Kansas City, teams are scheming for Tyreek Hill to kind of take him out the mix.
Here's the thing about Tyreek Hill. Tyreek Hill could win you a game, and he could lose you a game.
Yeah.
Right?
100%.
Because if your team is, I know people that took Tyreek in the first round.
Yep.
Right? Mm-hmm. So that's your boom or bust, right? Yep. This guy can get you 30 points in a game.
100%.
But because he's not really a big receiver, he's a speedy receiver, they don't let him over the top, and they contain him for the game, he could give you like 3 points, man.
Yeah.
And it could be really, really tough to dig yourself out of that hole. So, and here's the thing, though.
What's up?
And tell me if you think this helps Tyreek or hurts him.
Go ahead.
Josh Gordon.
I think we got to see how he infiltrates the system, right?
Okay.
We got to see if he kind of marries up with what Mahomes wants to do, and they got to button up a few things. I don't know yet because you had a Sammy Watkins. They still got a McCole Hardman. They got Pringle on the team. Mm-hmm. I don't know what Josh Gordon is going to offer being a 30-year-old wide receiver coming back from a long stint without playing.
Yeah, bro.
He's a name.
Yeah. What would Stephen A. Smith say to...
What would Stephen A. Smith say? What
would Stephen A. Smith... Okay. Josh Gordon is on a Super Bowl contender.
Yeah.
First of all, Josh Gordon got more chances.
It's crazy.
Than anybody.
I'm not hating. I'm a hater.
I would think he was, but I'm not going to talk about it. But Josh Gordon has more chances than anybody else.
Yeah, when you
so what would Stephen A. say to him?
Do it again, please.
Stay off the weed. Stay off the weed. And you can't stay off the weed. He ain't getting busted for using weed. Stays off the weed. You couldn't stay off the weed. Stay off the damn weed. And they don't listen. Stupid.
He'll be like, stay off the weed. I thought you would have a Stephen A. impression.
Nah, I don't got Stephen A. impressions. No? I can't do it. So I got to practice on that, you know. I love my man Stephen A. But again, I don't know what he's gonna do. Tyreek, just stay pat with him. But if you can, in my opinion, get a big haul for him. Feel free.
You would trade Hill?
It depends on who I have on my team. Anyone can get the business on my team unless I feel like it's a player that I don't want to part with. But if I had Hill, watching him in a few games, if he does not do well, I will think about trading him and getting whatever kind of haul I can get for him. Knowing that he has that boom name, if he has a few more games and he's healthy, hey, you never know. You got
my homeboy. You might as well try to trade for him, then, man. If he's so easy to get.
I've been trying, L. I've been trying, but he's not accepting my calls.
Yo, L doesn't pick up nobody's phone call, man.
He don't.
Unless he's ready for a trade. Yo, L.
Hit me up, man. Hit me up.
Let's do business.
I'm trying to get some stuff done. Last player I want to talk about, though, before we get to the league targets that I want to bring up is Jonathan Taylor. Now, Jonathan Taylor was a first-round pick in most drafts. He hasn't been doing anything this year. You want to talk a little bit about that?
Come on, forget about Taylor. Come on, forget about Taylor. But here's the thing, right? I don't believe in Taylor.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? The only Taylor I believed in was the Tim the Two Man. And this guy don't got all the tools. If you see that, man. I actually made a trade. Shout out to Nice. Shout out to Mr. L. I got his backup. You see, I can't even call Hines a backup. Especially in the PPR.
He's in a committee.
He has his own defined role.
Yeah, he does.
Right?
It was a good pickup by you.
I have his backmate.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Who's actually outproducing him.
He is. PPR leagues, Naeem Hines is out there.
And here's the thing, though. Tell me what you think. I'm going to defer to you.
Yeah.
News just came out while we were, doing our deliberations.
Yep.
Mac and the team have decided to go their mutual ways. What is the outlook on that backfield? Does it favor Taylor or does it help?
I mean, Mac wasn't getting in the mix anyway like that, right?
He was healthy scratch.
Yeah. So it was more like, hey, what you see is what you get with them. Mm-hmm. And I think what you can see is that, of course, the season's a marathon. Right. So Taylor's going to get some big games, but he's not going to get what he got last year. And you see Naeem Hines coming into his own as well, understanding his role and doing that well. Carson Wentz is a different type of quarterback, so you have to really watch like how they marry together and what he likes to do, right? So what I would do in this case, I am panicking on Jonathan Taylor. I am trying to move him for someone if I know in my league likes him or likes that type of player or believes in like him moving forward at the end of it.
Because unfortunately, you see, here's the other thing. I like your advice, man. And a lot of people take your advice.
Yep.
The problem is with Taylor in our lead, he's with another Taylor. And that's a graveyard, you know what I mean?
What up, Dave?
I'm not saying he's a graveyard because he's 0-3. That has no bearing on anything.
Oh, man.
Look, this is we go into what? Week 4.
Yeah, we go to week 4 now.
And he's going to be 0-4 because he's playing me.
Wow. You calling him out.
This is what happens when you don't pass the ball. When you pump fake.
Pump fake Dave.
Pump fake Dave. Pass the ball. Pass the rock, Dave.
Dave, this is going out to you. I think
the guy.
You should look to see if you can move him. Don't come to me. I don't want him. I'm gonna tell you that right now.
I'll take him off your hands.
I don't really want him, but I'm just saying if you find someone that's interested,
right,
get the haul. Like I don't understand why people hold on to these players. Every week counts. You know what I mean? Every week matters.
Yeah.
So if you can get those high caliber players, they don't have to be main namesake. You took him in the first round, he didn't do well. You took the L on the first round pick. It's a season marathon. See what you can get from him.
Dave, holla at me, man. But just remember, today's price. Yes, today's price, bro.
Yo, that was a good one.
I'm just saying, bro. You know what I mean? I'll take it for the low. I'll take it for the low.
We're going to talk about today's fantasy targets.
Sap.
All right, we here now. Now we talking about who you should be targeting in your league, whether they're pickups or it's going to be trades that you're looking to get them in. One of the players that I want to start with was actually a player that you let go of recently, who is Mr. Brandon Ayuk. Is he a target for you? You let him go because he was someone else's target.
Here's the thing, right?
Or what would you tell the league? Yeah,
if you guys were listening to us in the beginning of the season,
yep,
I told you, get certain players for the low because their value is only going to go up, right?
Yep.
So I know we're talking about Ayuk, so I'm going to quickly talk about Ayuk first, and I'm going to tell you the reason why I decided to part ways after just recently acquiring him, right?
Yep.
So I got him for the low because we didn't know what was going on in the first week or two, right? First week he didn't play, I guess, right? Second week didn't do anything, so I was able to get him for the low.
Yep.
But I already saw that how they were going to use him in that offense. The coach had better, was more confident in him, and they said they wouldn't get him the ball. And as we saw in the third game, balled out.
Yep.
So his value was a lot higher. So, and I'm going to talk to a lot of people. Everybody in your league has a first round pick and the first overall pick. And we all did the same thing. And I'm not going to say RIP, my guy. You know who I'm talking about.
I think I know where you're going with it.
White chocolate. Mr. Metcalf.
Yep.
McCaffrey.
Yep.
Yeah. We all picked him because it was a no-brainer.
Yeah, no-brainer.
Right?
He was balling
He's the
out
best
for you, too.
receiver, best runner on this team.
Yep.
He went down with a hammy. And like we said on the show, hammies matter.
Yep.
I did the number one mistake. I didn't cuff my most valuable asset. So now we have fab budget. So now I got to bid for Chuba Hubbard.
Yep.
Right.
Put up the dough.
And the way I constructed my team, right? Hold on. This is therapy for me, right?
I'm letting you
This
vent
is
it
therapy.
out.
Let me get it out.
I'm letting you vent it out. But put
So
some
now-
background music on this and what you
No.
played.
So here's the thing, right? Not to drag the point. I'm a runner down, and I don't have a lot of runner depth because I decided to go wide receiver heavy this season. I got Ayuk, right? And I saw an opportunity for a guy that had plethora of runners. So I didn't go for the big guys. I decided to go for a PPR runner in Hines. So the point I'm trying to make is if you got a player like Ayuk, right?
Yep.
If you need the wide receiver help, he's definitely the guy.
Yep.
If you need somebody that's a bargaining chip, he's definitely a guy to get you a good guy. So this guy has immense value right now.
Yeah, he does.
Use it either way.
You can get him for the cheapy if you want to. The cheapy. Pick him up. He could have been dropped in your league. Look out for him. See if he's just sitting there. I know some people are thinking that it's very tough to sustain 3 pass catchers, but in that particular offense, I think Kyle Shanahan knows what he's doing.
Shanahan's the guy, man. He's gonna figure it out.
Yep, he knows what to do, and they're iffy at running back, playing that carousel game that they're playing. So I think if you notice the last game, he's going to focus on getting it to his playmakers. I don't think he cares.
Ayuk is a playmaker.
Exactly.
Debo's a playmaker.
Why he came back into the mix.
Kittle's is a playmaker.
I think there's a reason why Ayuk came back into the mix while the running backs were hurting. And I think you have to notice that when watching the game and how they played Trey Sermon and the other running backs that were playing. They didn't give him as much burn as when Eli Mitchell was there. The reason is Shanahan, being the great coach that I think he is
a good coach,
knows, hey, I got to just get this in the hands of my playmakers. It doesn't necessarily have to hit my running backs.
Make it happen.
All right, guys, that's one target I'm giving you. Next target that we're talking about, my man, Sony Michel. Is he a target for you or a no-go? Oh, woo. See what you think about this one, bro. Huh? I see the wheel spinning.
He's been targeted. He had 20 attempts?
20 attempts the last game.
That's a lot.
That's a whole lot.
67 yards.
67 yards rushing.
3 receptions, 12 yards, 4 yards each run. How long is Henderson down?
Henderson is actually week to week with that rib injury. So you don't know when he's going to come back. Do you think he's a target to put on your squad for a trade? Because more than likely he got picked up last week.
He definitely got picked up.
So do you hold him
In deeper, he's already on rosters for deeper leagues.
He is. He's on rosters no matter what.
Okay.
If you're in a 12, 10-man league, he may be still in the field, but more than likely no, right?
Not if they know what they're doing.
Yep. If Henderson is there.
Right.
So what I'm saying is that these targets are not just waiver pickups. These are the targets for me in this particular episode are for you to reach out to someone and try to get them cheap before they blow up.
But here's the thing. I like Sony Michel's upside, right? Yep. If he's getting the burn.
Okay.
Right?
Yep.
Because it's not really Henderson's job per se. Like it's not etched in stone that that's his job.
But he was getting the majority of carries when he was playing. So what do you think Sony Michel is going to do moving forward?
That's the thing. It depends on the injury.
Okay.
Because if you're trying to get him, you have to understand, do you need a rental?
Okay. I don't consider Sony Michel a rental.
You think he's going to be getting burned?
I think you should target
going forward?
him. I think you should target him.
So
you should
talk
understand how Darrell Henderson played in previous years.
Mm-hmm.
He was injured before.
Okay.
And that's what opened the door to Cam Akers the previous year. I believe, and I'm saying this, and I'm pouring my milk right now, that Sony Michel is going to be the Cam Akers of the Rams this particular year.
So you think that's his job to lose?
I don't think it's his job to lose. I think Henderson is going to come back again, but you're going to see the married couple kind of like show and reveal themselves, right? You're going to see who's going to be the cream of the crop. Now, I watched Sony play, and he ran with some vigor. He ran with with a purpose. If they have a game script where they want to wear down the clock and they show that he can handle that number of carries, I think he's going to show himself, and he knows he's playing for his next contract.
Okay.
So I'm not
going to pour your milk. You got Sony Michel.
Yep.
So you might know a little bit better. Let's move along. How do you feel about the next guy on the docket, Mr. Allen Robb?
Real life, he's a player. Fantasy, basura. Get rid of him. Basura.
Basura?
That is the name. Basura. Get rid of him. I don't think...
Is he thrash?
He is the trash. He is the trash. Throw out the trash. Throw out the trash.
Nah, let my boy Robinson live, man.
What I saw was a lot of offers out. So I'm constantly watching and trying to monitor, and I see people asking, should I go get Allen Robinson for real low? Because someone who drafted him in like the third round is crying. They're 0-3 because they getting nothing from him. I don't think the quarterbacks that are on the team now, even Justin Fields having a bad first game, are going to be able to get him the ball in the clip that he needs to get it in. Right. And Matt Nagy, I'm sorry, bro, you don't belong as a head coach to not be able to scheme Justin Fields and what he's doing to get Allen Robinson the ball. If you can't change, well, here's what I would do. I wouldn't target him if I'm not dropping him if I drafted him. For those who sought out to target him, hey, if you want to shoot your shot, go with someone low, reach out and get him, have him because he's name value, right?
He has name value.
But I'm not targeting him for a trade. I'm not.
But let's see what what Fields got first, man. Because here's the thing, right? I think right now he's definitely I gotta pour your milk.
Go ahead.
I think he's a buy low.
I don't think. So here's what I think with targets.
I feel like they're not using them to their strengths.
They're not.
So once they start using them the right way, right? Once Fields gets acclimated into the offense, right? Yep. They just got to get a little bit more creative with the guy.
Yeah.
Right? Allen Robinson is a stud. And if he connects, because who else they got?
I think they got Mooney, and
I'm talking about
they got David
fantasy viable.
That's what I mean. Is that Mooney is fantasy viable? He should be able. The only person on that team who I think may get some burn because Fields hurt his hand during his last game will be Nick Foles. If Nick Foles can come into play and he can help them,
when Nick
run
Foles
offense.
If Nick Foles comes in, then it's different because he can sling the rock.
That's the only option.
How many
that
games are they going to have him for?
Exactly. They're going to want to play Justin Fields in the mix. And I think Nagy's holding him back. They keep on kind of playing with baby hands. Like, hey, just let him go. You got to let dudes
take a chance.
So what do you think?
Go on, honey. Take a chance.
You gotta let.
You drafted the man. Look, gone are the days, right, when you insert NFL quarterback 4 years after. This is not college anymore. Play them their freshman year, man. Yep. They've had success.
I think so.
Yo, let him figure it out.
I think they got to do their homework. I got questions about him being a target. I wouldn't target. I would keep him on my team.
Okay. I would target him. I would target him because
who would you offer a trade for Allen Robinson for?
Okay, so
give me an example.
If I had him on my team, I would say, you know what? I'll package it. You know, it's all about the packaging.
Yeah, I know.
I love the package.
I'm learning from you, bro.
It's the pieces.
Yeah, I see.
So I'm like, all right, look, who do you need, right? So on my team, there's no real room for him, right? But let's say I was hurting our receiver, and I had a receiver, and I had like a backup runner somewhere.
Yeah, but I don't think the person who has Allen Robinson, who drafted him in his third round, is going to give you Allen Robinson for a third round, like a lower round running back, right?
That's the thing.
So I'm thinking, would you trade?
Probably, like, let's say I had a Hines.
Yeah, I was just about to ask you, would you trade Hines for Allen Robinson, knowing that Hines can get you those PPR points and Allen Robinson's iffy?
All right, here's the thing.
See how you smiling?
Here's the thing, right? I'm a changed man. Last year would have done that deal 10 out of 10 times.
You have been saved.
Yes, I have been.
Oh.
Yes.
Hold on.
Yes. I'm a changed man, bro.
Okay.
I've seen the fantasy light, and I wouldn't do the deal. Okay. The thing is, A-Rod is a big name, but names don't win championships.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? But if you could get him for the low, I would do it. If you could offer like a fuller and a smaller piece, and
if the manager's willing to do it. But I just want to answer that question. Last person we're going to talk about the target. We're going to talk about, again, our G-men, Kenny Galladay. Is he a target for you or not? Or no go?
I told you how I feel about Galladay, bro. You saw him last week, right?
I seen him. We just saw him in person. What you thought?
I think they was targeting him, man.
Okay.
Daniel Jones, man, you gotta. This is your season, bro.
Yeah, I'm with you.
You're 0-3.
Yep.
I'm not blaming Daniel Jones for the loss.
I don't think it was his fault.
I think the refs did a job on us.
They did do a job on you, but I also think it's the offensive coordinator. But go ahead.
Why would they see? That's the thing.
you get animated. I saw that.
Garrett is playing like a.
Yep, I don't know what he's doing.
Is he still on Jerry Jones' payroll?
I think so. I don't know why they would bring the head coach.
Because the play calling is like, bro,
horrendous.
I do better plays playing Madden, bro.
Horrendous.
I think he's still working for Jerry Jones, man.
We were there live.
Somebody should really investigate. Because I think that's his son-in-law or something like that, right?
I don't know.
I think there should be an investigation. You know, I always say, I think the league should investigate this. Because you cannot be calling those plays and working for the Giants.
Come on. They did one play with Saquon to the right. Oh, they worked. Let's do it to the left. I said, what? I said, what the hell is this? I said, what's going on? I was like, oh my God.
The Falcons bench was like, are you kidding me, bro?
It was bad.
Yeah, it was bad.
But let's talk about Kenny Galladay.
Kenny Galladay, man. How you feel?
He's a target.
I like him.
Yeah.
I like him.
I think he's a target, dog. I saw him coming on, and remember he was injured a little in the beginning. So he's building a rapport with Daniel Jones.
Yep.
I saw some like deep passes, and I saw some good catches from him. Like,
and
you forget how good he is. Like, he's really good, like as a player, right?
Yeah.
So if he can develop the rapport and Jason Garrett can build up that offensive scheme to incorporate him more with Shepard stepping out, with Slayton stepping off, he better be the guy. It's not Ingram. Ingram, basura. Basura.
Let's talk about this.
Yo, you
saw what happened at the game?
I saw you as soon as he came in.
He came in and they booed him off. I felt bad for the man. Oh my
goodness.
I was like,
how you come in, you fumble, and then you dropping passes? Come on, man.
Not in New York, man.
Yeah, you can't do that. You can't
playing ball like a pretty boy,
the
man.
G-men. But your targets. So your targets for today, we got you, all right? Here's who you should be targeting in the trades. Ayuk. Sony Michel. Allen Robinson, if you can get him on the low.
A-Rob.
And definitely Kelly Galladay. We see him on the rise.
Galladay.
All right?
It's going to be a payday.
All right, so we're just going to end it with some questions that we got. I love when you come in the DMs. I'm getting so many DMs. You keeping me busy at night.
Slide
I love
in
it.
the DMs.
Hey.
Hey.
I be loving it. Reach out, ask questions. I love giving my insight. I don't shy away. O doesn't shy away from it.
Never.
He gives his insight, lets you know what's going on. But the first question we got from my milkman, right, that I want to put out here, and then you let me know too if you want me to start putting out your tags on this. I don't want to shout people out, but I'm doing well with my. I'm not doing well in the tight end position, and I think that goes for a lot of people, right?
Except for me though.
Anyone out there that I can get, right? We mentioned watching Cole Kmet. O didn't like him. He's not doing well so far. I said watch him. I said don't pick him up. I said watch him during that time. You got anyone that you think that they should get off the waiver wires that's coming off? Like that's just like sitting there. People may not notice.
Waiver wires?
Waiver wires, trades, anyone.
Okay, so let me just go there and tell you this. If you're looking for a tight end in the waiver wire, you're in trouble. Because they're not there, bro.
Yep.
And tight ends are not the position that you're gonna find gold on the wire.
Okay.
It's just not that. It's only a handful of tight ends. So speaking for a tight end whisperer,
yep,
like myself,
you are
somebody
you
that
have two good ones.
had the testicular fortitude.
Sight beyond sight. That's what I say.
Yeah. To draft a tight end in the number 2 in Waller, and had the foresight.
Yep, sight beyond sight. That's what I thought you were going to. Yep.
But yeah, to get sight beyond sight, to get Gronk.
You
know, I've become popular in the league in the last couple of days, and you know, today's price is not yesterday's price. Like I tell people,
absolutely right.
I shop Gronk.
Yep,
I shop Gronk a lot, and a lot of doors were slammed in my face. And I was hurt. I was really hurt by this. But that person that laughs last, right? So yeah, I'm taking offers for Gronk right now. So here's the thing: Gronk should be. If you have somebody in your league,
yep.
Most people did not draft Gronk as their number 1 tight end.
Okay, I can see that happening. Some people did, but I can see that happening where someone didn't.
Some people did.
If you waited for tight end, some people just passed and punted on it. You probably got them late. But if you did what O did, O got a really top tier tight end in the 2nd round, and then he picked like Gronk up like in the 8th or 9th round later on, and just kind of stacked.
Well, we talked about this.
We did.
What was it? 2 episodes ago?
Mm-hmm.
We said, go get the players from the Bucks.
Yeah. He said that every player is gonna have their day. And Gronk has been keeping it consistent.
Gronk is going to keep, like, especially this week coming up, going against the Patriots. I think they're going to force feed Gronk.
Okay.
So he should be somebody you should try to target, especially in the PPR. If you have a decent receiver, I would package like a Tonian, right?
Okay.
And a decent receiver and try to get Gronk.
Oh, wow. That's a big play.
If the person that has Gronk is weak at another position, like runner, see if you can package like a Hines or something like that.
I think the point they always trying to make is if you can put together a strong package to get someone like Gronk or get anyone on anyone else's team that's willing to part with a tight end, especially those who have like multiple tight ends, put the stronger offer out there, especially if you're able to like lose that player. If you're strong in wide receiver and you normally have one to your bench that you're normally not using, you play to win that week.
And the reason why I'm saying this is because you don't know what they're thinking. Some people think in the future, right? So I try to get as much value out of my players while they're giving me the play, and I start to look for guys that are gonna give me the future value. So go out there and talk to the guys that have Gronk and see what their mindset is. Do they think he's the future, or they think that he's done his work in the past? And if it's in the past, you could probably get him.
Communication is key. All right, next question from the Milkman. We got. Oh, this is a good one. I want to hear what you're going to say about this one. I am 0-3. Should I panic?
Panic. Ring alarm. Bro, yo, Dave. Yo, see money. Chandy. Yo, can't wait. Yo. Bro, you can't wait to get a win, bruv. Look, 0-3 is not a good place to be in, bro.
Oh, man. I knew he was gonna say something. I knew he was gonna shout
panic. Nah, 0-3 is never a death sentence. I was just playing. I've been 0-3.
Yep.
I've been 0-4.
Yep.
And I have gone to the championship game. I did not win that year, but I'll tell you what happened. When you're 0-3, it's time to start. Hold on. Shout out to D. I didn't forget about you too, bro. Yo, Dwayne. Look, Dwayne is one of the people that's is a cautionary tale.
You know what? I think, just to interject real quick, you said Dwayne. I think he's gonna do something to like better his team.
No, he's not.
You think he's gonna stay pat?
This is my brother-in-law, bro. I know he's stubborn, bro.
I try to give you a shout out, bro.
He wants to go down with the ship. Has no problem going down with the ship. Look, do not go down with the ship.
AOD, who made you 0-3? Go ahead.
Yo, but look, this is the thing, right? If 0-3 is not a death sentence, it's definitely salvageable. Did I say that right?
I don't know.
Salvageable.
I knew what you meant.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, you can still save the season, right? So all I'm saying is that 0-3 is not a death sentence, man. Go make something happen, man, before you're 0-4.
Okay.
And then you have to look at the reasons why you're 0-3.
Yep.
Maybe just the luck of the draw, right? Okay. Maybe it's you playing somebody that had unbelievable matchups.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? But if you're 0-3 because your pieces ain't hitting,
yep,
need to shop some new pieces.
I'm with you on that one.
Go see Leon, man.
All right, last question that we got from the Milkman. I received a trade offer for James Robinson and Marvin Jones for A.J. Brown and Myles Gaskin. Should I take this trade? Now, I tell you, I'm not lying. He is like the savant with his trades. So I always defer to what you're going to say. So the guy has James Robinson and Marvin Jones. He got 2 Jaguars players. And someone is willing to give him A.J. Brown and Myles Gaskin. What do you think he should do?
Here's the thing, right? James Robinson was one of my second round targets in all my leagues, right?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Wasn't able to get him.
Yep.
Right? He had a great game.
Yep, recently. Yep.
Recently had a good game. I picked up Hyde because I wasn't sure. I was looking iffy for Rob. Had a good game, so we're going to put him to the side. Marvin Jones is my guy.
Mr. Jones.
Mr. Jones. Keeping up with the Jones. But yo, Marvin Jones is playing ball.
He is. He's playing well. He's consistent.
He's playing ball. He's consistent.
Yep.
He's not good enough to be on one of my teams. He's on the bench in any league. But he's my wide receiver 2 in our league. And he's staying right there. I like Marvin Jones. Yeah. No name value in this first set.
No name value in the first set.
Second set now.
Yep.
A.J. Brown.
Yep.
What's the situation with his health first?
He's week to week. He has a bad hammy.
Hammies matter, man.
They do matter.
Hammies matter.
Hasn't been getting the numbers like he's gotten in the past either the first 3 weeks.
He's a big receiver.
Yep.
And he runs with power and authority.
Okay.
That hammy. First of all, we got to see if it's grade 1, 2, 3. Consult a doctor and see what they say on that because that matters.
So today,
if we're all in the vacuum, and everyone is healthy,
are you taking? Well, not just how they're playing now. Is going to week 4.
Okay, week 4.
They can accept it. You know. They can hit the button and say, I'm going to get A.J. Brown and Myles Gaskin. Myles Gaskin picked up his production a bit with Jacoby Brissett, but Tua is going to come back in a minute. And A.J. Brown hasn't lived up to his draft caliber. You're getting James Robinson and you're getting Marvin Jones. You're taking them off your team.
The O of yesterday would have jumped at the bit to take A.J. Brown and Myles Gaskins.
Mm-hmm.
The new and reformed me says... it's a no-go.
Okay. All right.
I'm keeping Robinson.
All right.
I would back it up with Hyde. Make sure you have the cuff.
Okay.
And Marvin Jones is going to eat like this all year.
Okay.
All year. They're going to be playing from behind all year. That's the only reason why I don't love Robinson right now because that team is I don't see them being front runners in any games they play. Okay. So
all right. So you staying with James Robinson. You got O's advice. I'm telling you, he's a savant. I'm not even going to put my 2 cents in it because I understand that he understands what the assignment is.
Trust me. I got it.
We do what we do like we doing it for TV, baby.
Yes, sir.
Listen, what we going to do? What we want them to do?
Like and subscribe.
All right. Yo, we out of here. Peace.
Easy.